Hey girl, it's your honest homegirl 𝑇ℎ𝑒 𝐻𝑜𝑛𝑒𝑠𝑡, and this is your homegirl horoscope for today. I don't know. Okay, deers. Okay, maybe you guys seen some deers. Maybe a deer ran across your car and you almost hit it. And I feel like that was to get your attention. Okay. It may not even be a deer. It could be a different type of spirit animal. It could have been a bird. Like one time I remember, it had to been like 2 summers ago, I was driving. And for some odd reason, there was like this weird, like hawk-looking owl-like type bird that I used to think that was trying to commit suicide. Like I thought these birds was like on a death wish, because every time I used to drive my car, it seemed like them type of birds would just like fly near my car and damn near get hit by my car or the car on the opposite side of the street that was coming the opposite way. One time I actually watched one get murdered. Like it was crazy. So some of you could be seeing like spirit animals. Pay attention to them, especially if they're like flying close to your car. And I'm getting that vision of watching this one TikTok where this guy had a huge owl in his back seat, talking about it flew in his window. Those are omens. Those are signs. Okay. Pay attention to them. Pay attention to, remember what you were thinking about when you seen these spirit animals, and then also Google the spiritual meaning of these animals. And honestly, me, I don't really like the Google meaning of things, even when it comes to angel numbers. I like to have my own spiritual meaning of them, or I would just look at the nature of the animal. You know, like deers, you know, they do without thinking sometimes. Like they literally jump across the road. I don't know if they be thinking or not. Maybe they do be thinking. Maybe they thinking that they can cross the road faster than a car can. Maybe somebody's, you know, moving a little too fast. Maybe you need to think before you do something type of energy. But I also get like this kid-like, friendly type, joyful, free-spirited energy when, you know, you look at deers. And when you think about deers, what do? They eat grass. So some of you guys may need to start eating a lot cleaner as well. So just take note on the nature of the animal itself and try to apply it to your life in some way, shape, or form. 2, 3, 4 on my time as I said that. For some of you guys, good things are coming your way. If you have a son under the age of, like, I'm hearing 8, if you needed money for this child, it's going to come in, okay? So don't worry about it. Continue being on this positive frequency, because sometimes spirit will test you to see if you're going to fold or not. Don't fold. Even if something may happen, like say that your whole week was good and this one thing just happened that took you, do not fold. Continue to embrace that positive energy, even when some shit happens. Even if a tower moment comes your way, spirit is going to test to see if you're going to fold. Do not fold, because if you don't fold, the blessing, you're going to get 2 times the blessing, okay, than what you thought you were going to have. For some of you, it may take up to 3 months from now, or this may not even resonate for you until 3 months from now. Okay. Some of you could be looking for something for your child too for the holidays. You're going to find it. All right. Or you're going to come up with the money somehow, some way to get whatever it is that your child may need or want. So don't worry about that. Okay. And don't worry about the how it's going to come, when it's going to come, where it's going to come from. Okay. Just know that it's going to come. A lot of you guys. Okay. This card just had to pop out. Okay. For some of you, this, I don't know why I'm getting something with discipline. I feel like you're going to get something for your child. You told your child you wasn't going to get it for them, but you was sitting here doing it just to make them listen to you. Y'all know how y'all parents get sometimes. Y'all be over there lying to y'all kids just to get them to listen. But you know what happens? It backfires on you. Because guess what? Your kid gonna start lying to you because you was their first liar. Okay, you taught them how to lie and tell white lies. And now, okay. But for others of you, I really do feel like you may have one of these kids, right? Especially if they're an air sign. Okay. You have to outsmart this child. You have a child that you have to outsmart. For some of you. Some of you have to outsmart this child. And the thing is, though, the energy that I'm getting in this family dynamic with a child and its parents, especially a mother, this child is teaching you lessons. You know how they keep talking about how Kim Kardashian's daughter, North, is her lesson, like her older sister, Courtney, always tells Kim how North is her lesson, like her major lesson in life. Like, and Kim always talking about, oh my gosh, like you could see it in her mannerisms, how the things North does, it like gets underneath her skin so bad, and it cracks me up every time I see it, like in a clip of any type of video or whatever. It really cracks me up inside, because it's like a kid can do that to a parent. But see, whatever is triggering you is teaching you patience. It's teaching you a lesson about yourself. This child is going to make you level up. Like, you're trying to discipline your child, but little do you know, Spirit is utilizing your child as a vessel to teach you discipline. Like, you think you teaching your child some type of discipline, but really you're the one that's supposed to be learning the lesson. And you may even be looking into this as well. You have a child that has a high IQ, or you will have a child that will have a high IQ. Maybe you don't realize this. I'm hearing somebody sitting there telling somebody that their child may be a little slow or something like that. Don't listen to that. Don't listen to that. I've been a child care provider for over 15 years, and no, I may not be a parent, but I've been around multiple, various different types of children. And I've had kids that could read a book before they could walk. But they caught up eventually by the time they was at 3 years old or whatever the case may be. Do not judge your child. Do not compare your child to other kids, because your child is going to learn on their own when they're ready to do it. Okay? You trying to force them sometimes is not going to work. What you can do is you teach them through the things that they like. Okay? What I used to do, I had a kid that was nonverbal. For a long time, I paid attention to them. I understood their nonverbal communication, and when they wanted certain things from me. And once they got comfortable with me, that's when I started implementing slowly them saying things to me. Even if they only sounded out the word and only said the letter B sound because they wanted their bottle or something, I would still give it to them. And then once they got accustomed to doing the B sound, we had to add on some more vowels or whatever sounds until eventually they learned how to say bottle. 808 on the time, as I say that. You could have a Leo child, or you could have a child with a Leo. But either way, take your time with your child, okay? Honestly, they really can't diagnose a child to be autistic or on the autism spectrum until after the age of like 3 anyway. They'll sit there and say, oh, they're borderline, but nobody really knows, because even me as a kid growing up, I was a very smart child, and people used to think that I was mute, but no, I was very observant, and I only spoke to people that I felt comfortable speaking with, because I paid attention to all the adults around me. They would try to spell things around me, and I would sit there and turn around and tell them exactly what they said, just that they sat there and spelled it out. So there is a child or mom looking for help for their child. Work with them through the things that they like. Work with them through play. Disciplining them, punishing them for them not knowing something is not the right way to do things. How about I punish you and give you a black eye because you don't know how to do your taxes? What if I sit there and whoop your behind because you don't know how to sit there and do an oil change? Yeah, exactly. It don't make sense, right? Some of us just don't know things. But working with them and not against them is going to be to your benefit. Okay?